Hi everybody, good evening, good morning, good afternoon from whatever time you're watching us from. Welcome back to this channel. So I promised to give you an update on the stealing that happened in our farmland, and I'm here to do that. Even though I did not plan to do it this way, I think I have a video or two of when our partner was trying, was trying to harvest the yams, and we found out that some of the heaps were empty. They stole everything in it. It's not a funny experience. It's not a sweet experience, but I just want to let you know that okay, so we planted the yam early this year, and then because of one thing or the other, something directed led my husband to say that okay, let's just go and harvest some and eat at least, because the first set of yams we planted, they were not good enough. But when we got there, we discovered that they had started stealing the yams. Yes, we discovered that some of the heaps were already empty. And then my husband was so bitter that day. It was like he knelt down bitterly, he prayed, like it was very bitter. But there was nothing we could do. It was after that experience that we told the person that got us the land. And he was telling us that the person he got the land from was telling him that he knew that this land, they disturb them. Like thieves come here to rampage and everything. But he never told us. So that is one of the things, one of the hindrances we face now. That thieves come here to, steal stuff, and they didn't tell us. We paid for it, and we planted yam, guys, yam that you're supposed to see. Like the profit in yam is so much, but they have started stealing. Now the last time they came here also, my husband noticed that okay, like they stole maybe like 10 pieces of maize, because we planted maize here too. Like he noticed they stole like 10 pieces. But when you saw the last video where we were sharing about our maize journey, how we wanted to pack, okay, it was in our reel. Yes, then there's a video here on this channel talking about how we harvested and everything. It was then the guys, our laborers were telling us that they stole from the maize too. In fact, they said they stole around like 2 or 3 bags of maize before we came here to harvest and sell. It's so painful to invest your money, invest your time, invest everything into something, and some people are coming behind you to steal money that you know what you go through. We know what we went through before we got this money. It's not that we get it easily. For instance now, we have laborers to feed every month. We have things to buy, crops to buy, to plant. I know how much we spent on the yams they stole. I know how much we spent on buying the yams that we needed, that we planted, and for them to now steal. Then the maize, I know how much we spent on buying maize, how much we spent on buying chemicals, how much we spent on buying things like super grow to spray it so that it will give us good results, only for us to find out that they stole some things. And the reality is, we're not just planting for ourselves to grow. We already employed people's services for a year, and you have to pay them back. Yes, I know we pay them at the end of the year, but it's still from what we sell that we will still pay them. Now it will be difficult for us to account for the money. Like by the end of the year, when you want to do all your accounts, or okay, I spent so amount, I got so amount, those ones they've stolen, it has already reduced the profit, and you still have to get these people their wages, because what they get for staying for a year, the agreement is buying them a new bike. A new bike in Nigeria now is over 500,000 naira. It's over half a million, going to 600,000. And we're going to buy two. They have a wife that takes care of her. I don't want to, go into that gist. But they have a wife that's always with them. She comes to the farm with them once in a while. She's also going to be paid. She's not getting a bike, but she's going to be paid a certain amount of money. She has a child. The wife also has a child. So we are feeding 4 people. We are feeding 4 people. We are planting. We are doing everything. Like we are doing a lot. And for people to come and steal, it's really, really disheartening. It's really disheartening. And then to make matters worse, I don't think the Nigerian government is helping in any way. Because okay, we are supposed to be enjoying what me I'll call you know, some little things from the government, at least to encourage us. But really, we don't enjoy anything, because these lands that we are using to plant, we don't buy them, we just rent them. Now these lands that we get, to plant and everything, people are coming to buy in large expanse for real estate. So the money, maybe, maybe we have been planning to buy, maybe we have been planning to invest and buy land so that we'll be using it for farming. But now that real estate, people are coming in to buy for real estate, it's getting more expensive. The local people here, yes, it's a village, the local people here are no longer willing to sell their lands as low as they used to sell before. The money to buy the land is now doubling, is tripling. Now, okay, if we now say this, what we planted, we want to buy bikes for the guys that are working with us. We want to remove the money they used to eat every month. We want to pay the woman their wife, and then we want to buy land. What will be left for us? Honestly, it's really disheartening. A lot of land here has been bought by people doing real estate, and it's so disheartening. Like, lands that you are supposed to encourage us, like, just encourage young people to go into farming, because really the truth is, people will always eat. People will always eat, but then there's nobody to come and encourage us. We have to rent. And this land we are renting now, okay, now that we have experienced stealing, first-hand stealing. Now the next thing for us, obviously we cannot retain this land for next year, obviously, because aside the fact that they stole, there's still issue on this land that we are renting. So we will just try to harvest everything we have planted here and then move to the next again. And I don't see why it is advisable to keep moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. If we had enough money, believe me, I would prefer we buy ours. But at the moment, lands here are crazily expensive because people have decided to start buying large expanse of land, name it so real estate, and then fence it and leave it fallow for years, doing nothing. Honestly, we need to do better. We need to think outside the box most times. We need to work harder. That's the word. We now have to work harder before we'll be able to get lands that are very, very cheap out here. That is now expensive, thanks to people that want. I'm not discouraging the fact that real estate is. I'm not saying real estate is a bad business. It's actually a very beautiful business. If I had money, maybe I would have invested in real estate. But now, we are just coming up. We are upcoming. That's why we're renting land to plant. So in case you have land that's in this axis though, because I'm not willing to go outside this axis yet for now, because of let's say the distance and everything, and then the fact that I already know so much and we know so much here. And then if you have land that is lying fallow and you are not using, you can just give it out to people to just farm with. At least pending the time, you will know what you want to use it for. Because my dear brother and sister, it's not easy. The amount we spend on farming is not funny. So when you spend that amount of money and then you come and see that people are stealing what you spent months to nurture, it will really be painful. But we are still hoping for the best. We are very, very hopeful that we'll get something good, something beautiful from here. That is why we don't give up. We don't ever give up. If you follow this channel from the beginning, you would know that there's been growth. That's what I can see. There's been growth, because this year we've learned the importance of working with the right set of people, the importance of having the right people in your corner, the importance of having faithful people. Faithful people. So I will just like I said, real estate is a beautiful business. I am not discouraging real estate. I am not. But the fact that we still need help. We still need much more encouragement from the government, from the people. Even if we don't get it, I can assure you that we are growing. I can assure you that we are growing. And then it will keep getting better, whether we get it or not. But then we are not saying no to help from the government. We are not saying no to that. We are not saying no to that. So that is our story about stealing. We have other stories about stealing on this channel. You have to go back to watch what happened last year. There's a sit down video my husband and I did last year December, that we shared how meeting the wrong set of people made us run at a loss at last year. But I'm sure by December this year, by the grace of God, we will be sharing how meeting the right set of people helped us to grow. So thank you for watching, thank you for staying with us. Please like our videos, please subscribe, comment, give us comment if you have great ideas, great business ideas, like if you have solutions to these things, if you have maybe you have a link to one or two grants we can apply for. We are not saying no to all those things. We are willing to grow, we are willing to expand. So please, 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 please comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We love you. There's a lot coming up. There's a lot, I tell you, I kid you not, there's a lot coming up when it comes to farming on this channel. We are just starting. We've not even started. Let me just put it that way. We have not started, because a lot of things are coming up. Please share, please subscribe, please like, please comment. We want to see your comments. We want to learn from you. We want to learn from you guys. So please subscribe and like. Love you guys. Bye.